Hi, this is David Marsh with Emini tradingstrategies.com. Today is January 10th, 2011. Hope everybody had a good weekend and a good trading day. We had a pretty quick trading day. We had a one and done at a couple of different occasions, and let me show you what I'm talking about. We had a long EET here, which made its 4 tick profit, and that technically, based on my system rules, was valid. It was the first trade of the day, and it was a one and done. I was skeptical about the trade because my long-term filter was close to going short. So if my long-term filter had have been short, had have gone short, we would not have taken that trade. But it did not go short, and indeed it was a valid trade, and it was a one and done. Some elected not to take that trade because the long term was so close. And to be honest with you, I probably wouldn't blame them. Is it breaking the rules? Well, yeah, it kind of is. But when you know this signal is going to happen, you just shy away from the trade. So I don't frown on a student for not taking a trade, and I don't frown on a student for taking it because it was valid. Okay, so let's go to our normal chart here, our NSE chart. You see we came out of no zone here. This was our next one and done. Okay, our long-term indicator did go short. So even though that first EET one and done was a winner, the market quickly turned right back around and it went short. And of course, during the 3 bars. Now, this is not the long-term chart, but it looks just like this. When you see these 3 bars, you wouldn't trade against it on the long-term chart. It was short. So the trade we wanted to make would have been the pullback trade. Now, you can see on my chart the pullback trade canceled. A lot of my students grabbed the pullback trade. Some charts did not cancel, and they grabbed a one and done there. Okay, if they didn't catch that, they had a long NSE out of no zone. Okay, and it's kind of a funny day because right here when we got the trade, my long term was on its very last bar, so I couldn't take the trade. Then it ended right around here, so I could have still jumped in and really got a much better fill. So it really was a good trade. It was valid, but it just didn't go valid on my chart till over here. But I do got to note that I had to repair my database this morning, my NinjaTrader database, as my data would not refresh. So that could have been a big factor right there in itself. But then you can see we had another pullback trade, nice winning trade there. And then we had a beautiful short trade right here. Good for good plus 8 ticks. And this is what I teach my students when I'm doing my room. When you're taking a trade, the question is, do we have to just take 4 ticks? What if I'm recovering? What if I'm trying to learn to take more than a point a day? What do you do? Well, when you get into a position, you watch the bars. When you start seeing lower lows and lower highs, you stay into that trade. And then when they start breaking up, the most recent lowest high, then you would start exiting the trade. But in a condition like this, we were right at the 1260 level. I'd have bounced out right before we got to 1260, knowing I'm probably going to get some kind of bounce. I'm not a support and resistance trader, but there is going to be some support down around a 10 number. Would be, plus you just made 2+ points, so that's where I'd be jumping out. But sure enough, it hit 1260. And even if you bounced out here, you still made a good 1.5 off that trade. And then we had a cancel pullback trade. Then there was one more trade I wanted to show. We came into no zone. And we got the first NSE out of no zone here, which was another winning trade right here. Okay. And followed by another long winner. So it seems that volume is picking back up. Had a lot of one and dones, had a lot of opportunity within the first hour to make 3+ points today if you wanted to. And that's indicative of higher volume markets. A low volume market last week of December, last couple weeks of December, beginning of the year, typically are lower volume. Well, non-farm payroll came out last week and markets are picking back up, which is a good thing. So we see a lot more opportunity. So really good day. I hope you had a great trading day, and we'll see you on the next training video.